Have you ever played a game where predicting your opponent's next move feels impossible because they seem to be randomly choosing what to do? In many strategic situations, being perfectly predictable can be a weakness. This is where the powerful concept of a mixed strategy Nash equilibrium comes into play. To calculate a mixed strategy Nash equilibrium, you determine the probabilities with which each player should choose their available actions so that all other players are indifferent between their own pure strategies. Essentially, each player randomizes their choices in such a way that no one can gain an advantage by unilaterally changing their strategy, even if they knew what the other player was going to do. The underlying reason for mixed strategies is often found in games where no pure strategy Nash equilibrium exists. Players resort to randomizing their actions to make themselves unpredictable. This forces their opponents to also randomize their responses, leading to a stable state where each player's choice of probabilities makes their opponent willing to mix their own strategies. To practically calculate this, you typically begin by setting up the game's payoff matrix. Next, assign a probability variable to each of a player's pure strategies. For example, if player 1 has two actions, A and B, they might play A with probability P and B with probability 1 minus P. Similarly, player 2 might play their actions C and D with probabilities Q and 1 minus Q. The core step is to set the expected payoffs of a player's pure strategies equal to each other. For instance, for player 2 to be willing to mix between C and D, their expected payoff from playing C must be exactly equal to their expected payoff from playing D, given player 1's mixed strategy. This principle of indifference allows you to from equations. Solve these equations for the probabilities of the other player's actions. Repeat this process for the other player. You will set player 1's expected payoff from action A equal to their expected payoff from action B, given player 2's mixed strategy. Solving these equations will yield the probabilities for player 2. Always ensure that the calculated probabilities are valid, meaning they are between 0 and 1, inclusive. This method of calculation ensures that at the mixed strategy Nash equilibrium, no player has an incentive to deviate. The profound insight here is that players do not choose their probabilities to maximize their own expected payoff directly. Instead, they choose probabilities that make their opponent indifferent between their available actions, which in turn leads to a stable outcome where everyone is doing the best they can, given the uncertainty. It is a beautiful illustration of strategic balance under uncertainty.